Hi everyone. In this video I will share about a book which I am reading these days, and it is What I Know for Sure by Oprah Winfrey. This book is about Oprah Winfrey, who is an American talk show host, television producer, actress, author and philanthropist. Book tells about her life experiences, about childhood, career, deepest secrets, her strengths and many more. This book has 8 chapters. First is joy, second is resilience, third is connection, fourth is gratitude, fifth is possibility, sixth is awe, seventh is clarity, and eighth is power. Starting from the first chapter, which is joy, one night Oprah was having conversation with her friend Maria about a singer Satnam Kaur, and she said, I actually thought of having her come to sing for my birthday. I said when I caught my breath, then I went, nah, too much trouble. Had I known you liked her too, I would have made the effort. Later that night, lying in bed, I thought, isn't that something? I would have gone to the trouble for a friend, but not for myself. For sure, I need to practice what I preach and value myself more. I went to sleep wishing I had invited Sanatam Kaur to sing. The next day, my birthday, we had a land blessing with a Hawaiian chieftain. That evening, we gathered on the porch for sunset cocktails. My friend Elizabeth stood up to read a poem. I thought ought to make a speech. Instead, she said, you wanted it and now you have manifested it. She rang a small chime and suddenly music started to play. The music was muffled as if speakers were not working. I thought, what's going on? And then there appeared walking onto my front porch Sanatam Kaur in her white turban and her musicians. How did this happen? I cried and cried and cried. Maria, sitting next to me with tears in her eyes, held my hand and just nodded. You wouldn't do it for yourself, so we did it for you. After I had gone to bed the night before, my friends had called to find out where Sanatam Kaur was, to see if they could get her to Maui in the next 12 hours. As life and God would have it, she and her musicians were in town 30 minutes away preparing for a concert and were honored to come and sing. It was one of the most amazing surprises of my life. In short, she encourages readers to embrace the everyday opportunities for joy that surround them. Dancing becomes a metaphor for joy as she encourages readers when they have the choice between metaphorically sitting out or dancing to choose to dance. Examples of everyday joys include friendship, good food, a good book, giving to others, and living in the present moment. Moving on to chapter 2, Resilience. Page number 36. For years I had a secret that almost no one knew. Even Gail, who knew everything about me, was not aware of it until several years into our friendship. The same is true for Stedman. I hid it until I felt safe enough to share the years I was sexually abused from age 10 to 14, my resulting promiscuity, and finally, at 14, my becoming pregnant. I was so ashamed I hid the pregnancy until my doctor noticed my swollen ankles and belly. I gave birth in 1968. The baby died in the hospital weeks later. I went back to school and told no one. My fear was that if I were found out, I would be expelled. So I carried the secret into my future, always afraid that if anyone discovered what happened, they too would expel me from their lives. Even when I found the courage to publicly reveal the abuse, I still carried the shame and kept the pregnancy a secret. When a family member who has since died leaked this story to the tabloids, everything changed. I felt devastated, wounded, betrayed. How could this person do this to me? I cried and cried. I felt beaten and scared. I imagined that every person on the street was going to point their finger at me and scream, "Pregnant at 14, you weak girl, expelled." But no one said a word, though not strangers, not the people I knew. I was shocked. Nobody treated me differently. For decades, I had been expecting a reaction that never came. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Every difficult moment has its silver lining, and soon I realized that having the secret out was liberating. I realized that all those years I had been blaming myself. What I learned for sure was that holding the shame was the greatest burden of all. When you have nothing to be ashamed of, when you know who you are and what you stand for, you stand in wisdom. The takeaway from this chapter is that we are each responsible for our own lives. Healing the wounds of the past and overcoming challenges is one of the most important things we can do because it builds strength and resilience. She encourages readers to look at challenges and struggles as opportunities to learn, grow, and become more resilient.